Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be located in the description box below. Now before I begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Virgo. So let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Actually, that goes right there. Okay, there we go. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, okay, fantastic. Awesome. Let's move this down just a bit so you can see better. Okay, I think that's good. And let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Virgo, November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. This one too. Okay, cool. Spirit's like that one. I'm like, okay, I hear you. So let's see. This is inner strength. This is the solar plexus chakra. Oh, and I want to apologize for my voice. I do have a bit of a cold, so do bear with me. This is the solar plexus chakra. And this is inner strength. You're finding during this time, Virgo, that first of all, you're breaking out of your shell. A lot of things are aligning in a way that you hadn't anticipated, that you hadn't seen, that you hadn't thought would happen, or you thought things were supposed to be one way. And it's like, oh, wow. And it's going to be knowledge that just kind of tumbles into your path, that tumbles your way. And you're like, oh, wow, I didn't think that could happen. I didn't think this would be like that, you know? And it opens up a world to you, a powerful, beautiful world. And you find out and you start to realize, I'm a heck of a lot stronger than I thought I was. I'm a heck of a lot more powerful than I ever realized. And that is where you're really embracing your inner strength, your inner power, your inner self. And then we have universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. There we go, above your crown. And this is really moving through you. It's grounding you in a very real and very powerful way. This light, I always see this as ourselves. This light shines from us and it goes up into the universe, into the ether, and it goes down into the ground, into the grounding sense of our reality. And this is our power moving us forward. The universal light is like the universal truth. The universal truth of respect, of kindness, of compassion, of honor, of dignity. And that's really what's igniting within you. And it's really breaking the mold. And as you embrace this light, you have your inner child come forward. And this is powerful. The inner child, when the inner child comes up, it's saying we need to take a moment out of our lives, just a moment out of our lives. If we could do just a little meditation right here, where, and if you've listened to my channel before, you know it, where you hold your arms, just visualize yourself either sitting down, kneeling down, whatever is comfortable for you. And you hold your arms open. And the child that you once were, the child that you were, runs to you as children do. As children do, with that love, that abandonment, that joy, that glee. And that child runs into your arms. And you are that child's safe space. You are that child's protector. You are that child's truth. And what you say to that child, what you say to you, when you were small and the world was large, and you're rather helpless in decisions that were made and things that happened, you say, I will always be there for you. I always love you. And I am always here to build you up and to mortar over, to fill in those cracks that were formed when we were small. Because I understand you. And I will always be here for you. And that can be very emotional. I mean, just thinking about it, it makes me emotional. To sit there and to say this, and you're going to find, a lot of you Virgos, sorry, I'm getting emotional here. You're going to find that it's a very powerful healing, and it's a very powerful thing to hear that. And to have that seep into your subconscious self, because who we were as children really does play a huge part in who we are now. Even if we think it doesn't, it does. And then you have family. You have your rooted self. The family that we're born into, the family that we grow up with, the family that we create, family. This is our root chakra. And this is saying there's power in our ancestral past, in our truth, and in our understanding. There's power there. You're also going to be very drawn during this time to kind of completing family trauma and saying, I'm not defined by this. It's family trauma handed down from your DNA line. It can be trauma within the family of your past life self and yourself coming forward. And that's a lot of the inner strength that you are embracing. And it moves you here to the tarot. Because we have the Six of Swords, the Page, the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Swords. It's like, it's karmic. It really is karmic. And you're not going to see it for as big a deal as it is. You're going to think, oh, wow, I'm just making something out of nothing. I'm being too emotional during this time. I need time alone, and that's always me. I kind of pull away. It's like, no, stop. There's power here, and there's healing here, and there's breaking out of a shell. And you cannot change who you innately are, Virgo. You are represented by the Hermit. And the Hermit is a person who needs to pull away, who needs to sit there and says, I need time with me. I need that power. I need that connection. I need that brilliance. And as you have that, you're going to see yourself, your inner self, transforming. Moves you to the Three of Pentacles. The Five of Wands. You have the repeat of the number 5. You're going to think this is going to last forever. It doesn't last as long as you think it is. Now, if you think it lasts forever and it winds up being resolved, I mean, it's not quick, but there's more here than you had realized. And this is also freedom. Freedom from this karmic debt, freedom or this, DNA debt, freedom from these doubts, these fears, these angers, these upsets. And it brings the world to you in a real way. And as it brings that world to you, you have yourself being the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Prosperity, the Queen of Abundance, the Queen. And this again says, because I see queens as behind the scenes people, they're the directors behind the scenes. Kings are the actors upon the stage. So here, the Queen doesn't need to be seen by everybody. Your heart, your soul, the essence of yourself does not need everybody to pay attention to you. Pay attention to you. You're actually going to be very powerful, very prosperous when nobody is looking. And when you are really connected with yourself, it moves you to the world. The world opens up to you. And here, oh goodness, I said this was the world. Here, it does open up to you because you have the Empress here. And the Empress has the world as her pregnant belly. And that is a thing here. So you have the world, and you have, with this Empress, the world opening up to you. And that's what Spirit says. And that's, very much what I believe. Where there is the sense of, you didn't know you could claim that throne. You didn't know you could have this power. You didn't know this path existed. You didn't know that this could be your calling. And you move forward. And it's like, wow, wow. And it brings you to the Knight of Pentacles. It brings you to being a defender in the waking world as the world opens to you, as what was barred becomes open, as what was barred, like you kind of kick down the door and you're like, yes, yes, I see this. You become a defender of who you are, of where you want to be, of where you're headed. Now, slow and steady wins the race, and that's very much, indicative of the earth sign way, and you are an earth sign. So here, with the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. Slow and steady wins the race. And then you have the speed that is needed with the Knight of Swords. It's like once you make up your mind, it's almost going to be like you move at an unbelievable speed. And it leads you to the Ten of Pentacles. It leads you to wealth or something you value as much as money. It leads you to a coming to an end of a cycle. And it can lead, I would love it to be a windfall. I would love it to be that everybody wins the lottery and there's just oodles and oodles of money coming in. But this can also be what we value as much as money. This could be putting our house in order. That saying, put your house in order. Seeing what you desire, what you want, what you need, what you're looking towards, and what you're looking for, and putting it in order to move forward in the life that you want, in the place that you want to be. Now let's see the people who are going to aid you during this time. Who are the people who will aid Virgo? November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. Who are the people who will aid Virgo? November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. These three. So we have here, we start with the High Priest, the Hierophant. This is a Taurus energy, okay? Time frame, April 20th to May 20th. This is a person who is determined, is down to earth, who has this power, this grace, this understanding. Earth sign energy calls to earth sign energy. So you're really going to feel a connection with this person. There is a passion, there is a power there. And as you embrace what you desire, what you want, what you need, you are going to find that this person helps ground you. This person helps you see connections that you hadn't seen before. Now do note, with the energy that aids, and later on, when we look at the energy that we need to be mindful of, these don't have to be people we know in real life. These can be people that exemplify, the Hierophant, that exemplify, earth sign energy, fire sign energy, water sign energy, that exemplify these traits and move us forward in a way, in a connection we never would have made on our own. You could stumble across a YouTube video that opens up a world to you that you're like, oh, wow, I never knew that. That's amazing. I mean, that just happened to me moments before starting this video. I was like, oh my gosh, I never knew that. And it opened a world to me that is profound, absolutely profound. And I'm severely grateful to the universe, to deity, to divinity, to everyone for sending that my way. And that's going to be something that you see. That's going to be something that you experience. And it's like, wow. And there comes from a power. It comes from a person who is very down to earth, also astoundingly strong. It's like, I'm not taking any bull. Okay, I'm not putting up with this nonsense. And I am moving forward. You could call them bullheaded, yes, but it's going to be in the best possible way for you. It then moves you to the Lovers. This is Gemini energy. This is a time frame. Okay, and it's cool because Taurus goes right into Gemini. So this could be a cusp person. They could have this really grounding energy to them. And then also this really kind of flighty energy to them, which, I mean, I myself am a Gemini and my moon is in Taurus. So I can see this. It's very, very funny where there are some ways that you are super, super grounded and other ways that you just, like people sit there and they're like, really, we're not going to think about it. We're just going to go. That's going to be this person. If it's just one person, that's going to be them, which is really funny because Spirit was showing me a mirror. So that's really funny. Time frame for Gemini is May 21st to June 20th. This is a person who is astoundingly passionate, has a way with words, who, moves things together and who's going to touch you in your heart. Okay? And they have a way of communication, that's going to be of communicating, that's going to be rather elation inducing. All right. I just see it as ecstatic. And that's going to be something that is going to be very powerful for you. And then we have the Queen of Swords, amplifying the air sign energy, amplifying the Gemini energy right here. This is a person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, cuts through doubts and fears, knows their mind. You might actually see this person as being a bit aloof, a bit hard to know, kind of holds their cards very close to the deck, close to their chest. That's the saying. And so here, as you're looking at what you desire, as you're looking at where you need to be, this person gives it to you straight. You might not want to hear everything that the Queen of Air has to say, because she can be astoundingly blunt. And also, she's a warrior queen. It's kind of like, well, just do it. Just move your tush, get things done. And that's just what you need to do. And so here, there's a power in this truth. Yet, there's also going to be a resistance to it. But the first thing that you do here in your inner self is you have the Six of Swords. And what's so cool is you start with the Six of Swords. You count down to the Five of Swords. You have the 7, 6, and 5. So that's really beautiful that you have that sequence, even though it's out of sequence within your line. So there's this powerful connection. You might feel like things are a little bit out of sequence with you moving forward. So there's going to be a need to move forward. It's like, I need to move. I need to change. I need things to be empowered, emboldened. I gather up my knowledge and I'm moving on. And that's going to be a very powerful thing for you, Virgo. It's like, I'm gathering my knowledge. And even though it's scary, even though people have underestimated me, because you're pulled here by ravens. And ravens are one of the smartest birds. And yet they're constantly overlooked. So here, there is this power to you. There is this sense that people have underestimated you. Now use that to your advantage. People have thought, oh, you're not going to amount to anything. Well, who are they to decide? Who are they to tell you who you will or will not be? Now is time for you to take your knowledge, take your passion, take your power, and move forward. And it leads you to the Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It leads you to a questing. It leads you to a seeking. It leads you to an opening of your mind. In Buddhism, this is the beginner's mind. And the beginner's mind is a person who does not come to things with preconceived notions, biases, and ideas. It's a person who sits there and comes rather like a child. Childlike wonderment, childlike discovery, childlike inquisitiveness. And there's a sense here of an opening in exhilaration of self, of passion, of power, of desire to move you forward, to claim what is rightfully yours, and to not be honed in by what you had previously thought, what you had previously imagined. So here, it's kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch, right? Right? If you ever watched Toy Story, they just shake it and or if you had one, you just shake it and you can start to draw again. That's what you're doing here. It's like you're shaking things, and what you once knew, you're going to find that you start to draw again. You start to build up a greater understanding, a greater connection, a greater commitment, and it leads you to the Seven of Swords. It leads you to this place where, again, you're gathering up your knowledge. You're here profoundly leaving some things behind. You might be trying to take too much when you have the Six of Swords. Right here, when you're on this boat, when you're kind of, traversing the turbulent waters, you're going to sit there and maybe try to take too much because you're leaving behind two things. So it leads you right back. Oh, I love that. It leads you right back to the Five of Swords. So you're taking what is important. You're looking at things, and people might call you a little bit sneaky. That's fine. Let them say what they want to say. You are building your life. You are moving down your road. You are embracing your truth. Let them say what they want to say. You are moving forward in a power that is greater than sometimes even you realize. And so, hold the cards close to your chest. Look at yourself and say, I don't need to share this. It's too personal to share. Do you ever notice, I notice this all the time, that if I start to share things with other people, things can start to go pear-shaped. And I'll be like, wow, what just happened here? But if I keep it to myself, and I keep it as the sacred truth, you keep on moving forward in a way, and things keep on moving forward in a way that you hadn't expected. So it's that. It's saying, I bless me. I bless me by keeping this sacred, by keeping this beautiful, by expanding my existence. And that's you. Oh, wow, Virgo. That's you learning a karmic lesson. That's you embracing a powerful truth. It's to, first of all, stand in your truth. It's not to sit there and think, oh, I have to be so open with everybody that I share. It's not being a sneak, though some people might say that. But it's planning. It's planning, it's cultivating, it's laying the seeds, it's buying the seeds, sitting there and saying, I plan to have this beautiful garden. It's like, cool. Well, I have to make it, right? I can't just plan for it. And so I start cultivating, I start growing this garden. And then when I'm done, everybody can see how beautiful it is. But I don't want people to sit there and take me by eyes and say, oh no, you can't do it. And start planting seeds of doubt where I want to plant seeds of triumph and victory. And so here, karmic debt could be passed down through your DNA, could be, and we saw this, oh my gosh, we saw this in the chakras. There's something here where you are just breaking that mold, where you are breaking that mold. It could be DNA, it could be past life. You're breaking that mold and you are being empowered. And it leads you to the Three of Pentacles. It leads you to your hard work paying out to you. It's like you are getting a return on your investment. It's coloring the way that you see things. I like to think of the Three of Pentacles. There is in one deck, and I forget which one it is, where they are in the stained glass windows. And I like to think of that as the Three of Pentacles. It is the light of success, the light of prosperity, the light illuminating our path forward. And other people want to say, wow, I made that. I did that. It was my idea. It's like, yeah, but I put the time and the effort. I cultivated it. And it's my light of truth that I'm moving forward in. And that's what you're saying to your heart, your soul, yourself. And it moves you to the Five of Wands. It moves you to facing chaos within. It can be moving you to face chaos without outside of yourself. There we go. And if you're like me, the constrictions on things have begun to chafe just a bit during this time. It's taken this long, but now I'm like, wow. So here it can very well be that. But it's also the internal doubts, the internal fears, the saying, oh no, I can't do this. It is really, as you look at your heart, you see what you created. But then there's the sense of waiting for the next shoe to drop, waiting for the anger, for the chaos, for the hurt, for the despair to come. And yet you have yourself here. You have the repeat of the number 3 here. So this is divinity definitely walking in and handing you power. And that's what the Empress is. The Empress is a claiming of a throne that you might never thought could be yours. It is a power that has been overlooked within yourself. It could be a gift that you never thought was a gift. It's like, well, okay, how the heck is this going to help me? And then all of a sudden you find that it is a profound and beautiful gift that moves you forward. You have to utilize it. You have to claim that throne. Nourish yourself. Nurture yourself as you move forward in grace, in beauty, in triumph, and in understanding. And as you do this, you become a queen. Now, the queen does not mean that you have to identify as female. It means that you are embracing this quality of nurturing, right? But remember, Mother Nature, right here, with the pregnant belly of the earth, the world is your oyster. The world is opening up to you. There's power, there's beauty, there's success, there's also hardship and pain and disappointment. You're claiming a voice that was lost. You're claiming a throne that was forgotten. You're claiming a strength within yourself that you never knew you had, or you knew it once, but it was so long ago, it might as well not have existed. And now you're claiming it again. You're sitting on that throne again. And here it's like, this is where I deserve to be. It's not so everybody can ooh and ah over me. It's because I am powerful. I am graceful within my soul, within myself. And I am a force to be reckoned with. We think of Mother Nature, as being this genteel, calm thing. And yes, Mother Nature is the earth that we walk upon. She is the food that feeds us, But she's also tornadoes. She's also hurricanes. She's also blizzards. She's fierce. She's timeless. And she's unforgiving. And that is a bit of the spirit that we have to exemplify within ourselves. Because when we say somebody, is an earth mother, which is literally what this card is, the mother of earth, amplified even more profoundly by this imagery right here. We do not mean it always has to be kind and gentle and caring. We mean that we are a force. And that's what you're embracing. And you start to see the connections that you hadn't seen before. You start to see the prosperity that maybe negativity spoken over you was denied to you. You thought, I could never be this. I don't have any talents. I don't have any worth. I don't have any power. And that's being blown apart. Why? Because you're quieter? Because you're represented by the hermit? Because there's a quieter, more sensitive, more contemplative nature within? That's power. That's a power that maybe our world doesn't recognize, but it's still power. And because it is not recognized and underutilized, it is rare and it is sacred. All the power that lies within us is sacred. We are sacred. And it moves you to the public arena because there is such a sense here of redefining yourself and opening up to possibilities and being this force that the world opens to you. And what's more important, you open to the world. It's not hiding away anymore. It's like, this is me. I'm proud, I'm loud, or, even I'm proud, I'm gentle, I'm kind, I'm quiet. We always think, oh, I have to be loud and obnoxious. No, we don't. Or I don't want to be loud and obnoxious. We don't have to be. I like a much more quiet approach to things. This is holding our arms open and saying, yeah, I'm vulnerable. I mean, this is a vulnerable stance to be in. Head held high. You're not looking at what, kind of foes can come at you. Arms open. Exposing your belly is a sign of trust to the world. As we move forward, opening up our hearts to the world. To move forward in this power, in this grace, in this beauty, in this truth. As we grow, we have doors locked to us. People say something, people doubt us, people make us feel bad about ourselves. That's the inner child coming in. And that's where we need to start to heal. And it can be that you always wanted to be an artist, okay? And I'm going to use an example from when I was really little. I wanted to be an artist. I thought, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. Like a drawer, a proper, pen to paper kind of drawer or pencil to paper kind of person who could make these beautiful pictures. And my grade school art teacher told me I had no talent to it. And I thought, oh, okay, it's another thing I'm bad at. And I internalized it. And I let that define me for a really, really, really long time. Actually, up until recently. Then I was like, you know what? Why? And that's when we start to change. When we start to say, why? Why did I listen to you? Why didn't I listen to me? And those are the doors that we thought were barred by a negative word, by a disappointed glance, by an anger, by a despair, by a person who maybe was unsatisfied within their own life. And thought, well, if I couldn't do it, then why the heck should you? So here, it is in opening yourself to your brilliance, to your beauty, to your truth, and saying that to the world. This is me. And I get to be me within this world. It doesn't mean that everybody has to know your name. We tend to think that, oh, we have to be famous. And famous just means all our worries, all our troubles will go away. No, famous means you just get a whole lot more of them. And they come in different masks now. It means we open ourselves to the world. And we move forward in prosperity. In a contentment. In a calming reality. And it moves us. It moves us as we celebrate, as we open up our mind, as we, vanquish demons and doubts and fears and negativity. It opens us to the Knight of Pentacles, to moving forward. Slowly and steadily, yes. I love the saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. But I love to take it one step further. It's Rome didn't fall in a day. It didn't. It takes time to build, and it takes time to destroy, and it takes time to rebuild. And that is what we're doing. We constantly go through that cycle of existence, of life, of soul, of self. To build, to fall down, to rebuild, to build, to fall down, to rebuild. And here, that's exactly what you're doing. You are saying, this is what I'm fighting for. This is what I want within my life. I've fallen, yes, but I have also risen and will rise to greater heights than even I know. And again, it doesn't mean that there's, boatloads and boatloads of money coming in. Again, I would love that. That would be awesome. If everybody here won money in the lottery or just had the most exquisite time of it, that would be great. But it's also realizing what you value as much as money. What is super important to you? What is the solid foundation for which you are building off of? And it leads you to that knowledge, moving you forward in a way that seems almost out of control. It's like, oh my gosh, can I move forward this way? Can I go this fast? Do I have this right? It's like, heck yes. Heck yes. Taking your knowledge, taking your understanding, taking your passion, and moving towards your goals. Moving towards what you want. And at times you're going to go a little bit too fast. You have to reel it in. Not as slow, okay, as the Knight of Pentacles. Not as fast as the Knight of Swords. Because you have the slowest and the fastest Knight right here. But right in between. To move forward with the mind and with the prosperity. And sometimes the mind is going to get frustrated with how things are moving forward. Financially, personally, prosperously. Don't let yourself doubt where you could be, where you're going, and what it is that you desire. Keep on that path and know that things happen in divine timing, not our timing, which is something that's really hard for us to understand. It really is. And it moves us to the Ten of Pentacles. And I love this ending because this is wealth that lasts for generations. This is prosperity, this is success, this is bounty, this is beauty. But this is also a completion of a cycle when it comes to wealth. A realizing what's really important to us and what isn't. Where we truly want to be and where we don't want to be. The mistakes that we have made and calling ourselves out for them, yes. And also the places that we want to be within our lives. And saying, that's where I stand. And that's what I stand for. There's power here. There's power and there's beauty. There's success. And it's a sense of lessons being taught. It doesn't mean that you have to, have children and teach them these lessons and have an inheritance for them. It means that the prosperity that you walk in as an individual bleeds out. It's kind of like ink running on paper. It bleeds out. And it touches so many other lives, so many other people. It colors it in a deeper tone. Because there's power here in the interconnectedness, in the lessons that you have learned, in the way that you hold and act and respect yourself. And that has a huge and powerful effect. So let's go deeper. Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. Angels. Ooh. These right here. Okay, hold on. There we go. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, so I'm going to go to this pile is completed. And then this goes on the bottom. Okay, cool. Cool. And then let's see here. The people we have to be mindful of during this time. Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. We have the Princess of Wands. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a person who's very hot-headed. This could be a young person, most definitely. This could also be somebody who's very immature. All right, kind of wants what they want when they want it. If they do not get it, they throw an ever-loving fit. It's like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So here, there is passion. This person can be very enticing because of that passion. But they are also very overwhelming because of it. So just be mindful. Just be mindful of that. Then we have the Prince of Swords. So you have a very positive Prince of Swords here. You have a negative Prince of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a person who charges forward, who, cuts through the doubts and the fears, knows what it is that they want. They're not going to be thinking things through. And if they are thinking things through, they're thinking them through for them, not for you. So this is a person to be quite mindful of. Because they're just going to be charging forward. And you need to take more time to think, more time to understand, and more time to plan. And then we have the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is a person who cannot be king of his own house. This is a person who is either trying to micromanage everybody and doesn't see his own flaws at all. Or this is a person who never turns within. Never. This could be a bloop within their character right now where you're just kind of like, oh, that's really out of character for you. Because usually King of Cups, in their positive aspect, they're so self-aware. maybe sometimes a little bit too self-aware, and they know that they can only rule themselves. And so this can be completely out of character for a person like that, where they're just sitting there and they're like, no, I mean, I need to really hold on to everything right now and manage everything. Or this can just be that they just don't care anymore. They don't care about them. They don't care about anybody else. It's like they're going through something and they'll let it all burn. So just be mindful of that. We have the Knight of Pentacles here again, which is awesome. You showing up, moving forward. You have the 10 of Pentacles here again, now in your inner self. Here, they're in the outer arena. So them coming forward here is awesome. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. So you're definitely taking this gift from divinity, which is spectacular. This is a winning line right here. It's awesome. The 3 of Pentacles over the 3 of Pentacles. It's looking at the light, the beauty that shines upon you. Then you have the Queen of Cups over the Empress. Now, I was taught by one of my teachers here, one of my teachers of the tarot, that the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups is as close to the Empress as you can get. So the fact that you have this here is really amplifying the Empress energy. So that's really quite awesome and really quite opening of your emotions, your soul, yourself. Then we have the 7 of Voice, which we have in the inner self. And this is moving forward. This is leaving some things behind. People might call you sneaky. In your heart, you know that you're kind of holding things close to the chest because you need to move forward for you. This then leads you to the 9 of Voice, worries, doubts, fears, nightmares. You have the Queen of Pentacles coming in again, and you have the Queen of Pentacles in your inner self. Now you have the Queen of Pentacles here. It's like you will not be stopped by the nightmares, by the doubts, by the fears. And the 2 of Swords, it's like you see, you've always seen 2 roads. Another one is starting to open to you. And it's like, wow, I never expected this. So here, with the Knight of Pentacles, you've gathered up your information, right? You've gathered up your knowledge. You have your passion, your beauty, your understanding coming forward. You're looking at things in a new way, in a more passionate, more connected way. And you are moving forward, slowly and steadily in your prosperity to where it is that you want to be. It moves you to the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Materials. It's like, this is my prosperity that crowns me. This is what I've been working towards. This is what I value as much as money, okay? Or this is money. This is power. This is success. And it touches others in a way that you won't even realize. You know, it's kind of like when you have a conversation with somebody and then you talk to them years later and they're like, wow, remember what you said when we talked last time? And what an impact, it had such an impact on me. Here's what happened. And you sit there and you're like, wow, I don't even remember that conversation. That's what this is like. This also shows us, because it completes a cycle when it comes to prosperity. It shows us what we value. It shows us what is highly important to us. Prosperously. There we go. The seeds that we need to plant. The things that we need for ourselves to move forward with. Our grounding truths within this world. And that's as you gather your knowledge, your understanding. That's as you leave some things behind. It's like, I cannot bear that load anymore. I cannot be defined by that anymore. And it moves you forward to God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of prosperity, handing you a gift of success, handing you a gift that has you clearing this karmic debt, that has you clearing this DNA debt, and has you moving forward. It can be very small. It can be a small shift, but it's an empowerment. And that's setting you to break out of your shell and to move forward. And it leads you to the 3 of Pentacles, over the 3 of Pentacles and over the 5 of Wands, the chaos, the doubts, the fears, the light that you need to shine on you, the prosperity that you've worked so hard for. It moves you forward in this. And then we have the Queen of Materials, the Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Cups, over the Empress. And this is love. This is a sacred love that parts the seas, that moves you forward in truth, that graces you, that blesses you, that empowers you, and has you be the ruler of your heart, which is definitely what you're learning to do. And there's a learning of it here with the Empress, because the Empress, for me, is that power that we forget we have. It's the power of compassion, it's the power of understanding, but it's also the power of formation, of earth, of what we desire. And at times we can forget. We can only focus on brute force as the strength that we have. And now this is so much more. This is so much more. And it moves you to the Seven of Voice, the Seven of Swords. It moves you to taking what is needed and leaving behind what is not. And holding things close to the chest. Holding things close to your heart, your soul, and yourself. Because there's a plan. There's a plan bigger than you that you are working towards. A plan that for some of you Virgos, you've had planted inside of you when you were born. Or before you were born. And that's how you're embracing your prosperity. That's over the Queen of Pentacles. That's over you. Don't share with everybody. My great-grandma used to say, 80% of people don't care. And 20% of people wish you ill. So don't share it. Don't share it. Do it. And that was her advice. She was a very, very, very wise woman. 9 of Swords. These are our nightmares, our worries, our doubts, our fears. As the world opens to us, as we start to move forward, this is all the reasons why we should fail. All the reasons why we're never going to get to where we want to be. All the reasons why we're worthless. All the reasons why we will not. And I don't know, but if you're like me, because Spirit is saying, again, holding up this mirror, it's like, you can drown yourself in this. This could be your whole entire life. And the only way I know how to deal with nightmares is to face them head on. And to say, I'm petrified of this. That's it, I'm going to do it. Now, it doesn't mean something silly, like, jumping, bungee jumping or anything like that. You don't have to do that, unless you want to. But it means, this is what's holding me back. I'm afraid everybody's going to laugh at me. I'm afraid I don't have anything to say. I'm afraid I'm going to waste my life. I'm afraid. And so now it's time to do something about it. And now it's time to look fear dead in the eye and say, you don't get to cause sleepless nights. You don't get to rob me of my success. You don't get to. I get to walk forward in my truth, in my passion, and in my power. Because as you do, oh, that is nice. As you do, you know your truth, the Knight of Swords. You know your truth, you stand in that truth, you move forward fiercely, ferociously, powerfully, quickly to yourself. You run to you, just as Spirit showed you running, that inner child running to you. You run to you, and you accept, and you love, and you cherish, and you build an empire. It might not be one that anybody realizes, but it lasts, because it is yours, woven from love, hard work, and dedication. And the two ways in life that you've always thought it should be, A or B, this road or this road, and you were never really keen on either one of them, all of a sudden becomes so much more. 10 of Pentacles. Roads start to open up that you hadn't imagined could ever. Don't limit yourself. Let's see what your spirit animal has to say for this time. Virgo, November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. November 1st to the 15th, 2020 Virgo. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh wow, 4. Okay. So we start here. With the turkey spirit, give with gratitude and with grace. To your life, to your soul, to yourself. To your development, to the facing of your fears, and the embracing of where you want to be within your life. And then we have the scarab beetle spirit. And these are sacred. These were sacred in ancient Egypt. It says magic works through you. It does. Remember, the God's head is hidden within us. And that's what I see as magic. That we have this power from divinity. Rama said, I hide the God's head within man, because that is the one place he will not look for it. So you have the sacredness hidden within you. Because, the gods, divinity, God, knew that you would never look inside. That you would always look outward. For what it is that completes you. For what it is that you desire. the magic lies within. And it's just a hard shell to crack. It then leads you to the bee spirit. Sweet results await. Did you? It's kind of like having a bit of honey on your lips that you don't notice. Or you notice it and you lick your lips and it's just a sweetness. This beautiful sweetness comes in. The sweet results await. And they're going to be surprising. But you're going to be very sensitive to them. Because remember, the lips are astoundingly sensitive. And then we have the rhino spirit. Overcome any obstacles. You are stronger, more determined, and more passionate than you realize. And you're overcoming any obstacle. Your subconscious message for this time is the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Not in the past, not in the future, but in the present. Be here now. And the nectar from that will be beautiful. Your subconscious chakra message is clarity, the third eye chakra. You're seeing things so much more clearly. Your third eye is opening. There's power, there's grace, and there's beauty here. There's also a connection to what your soul truly needs and what you truly desire. Oh, goodness. Your subconscious people message is the King of Swords. You have the King of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords, both very positive for you. This connection to air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, the warrior, king, and queen, cutting through doubts and fears, knowing what it is that you desire, knowing where it is that you stand, and letting nothing and no one hold you back. It leads you to your subconscious tarot message. The Devil, Capricorn energy. You're breaking the ties that keep you as a puppet. You are. This is looking at addictions. This is looking at angers, fears, anything that keeps you small, and saying no. No, that's not my truth anymore. And I move forward, empowered, emboldened, and so much more than I had ever realized. And as you free yourself, it's not only from addictions, whether they be the common ones or whether they be, ones that are like swallowing our words, trying really hard not to lose our temper when we should set clear boundaries, or not, that's it, not having clear boundaries, getting angry too quickly, things like that. Or whether it's, drugs, what is it? Alcohol and gambling are the main three. And then we have sex and food and shopping. However it is that you are breaking these addictions, you are. Whether they be common or uncommon. And as you break these addictions, you're also breaking the addiction of what life has demanded you are supposed to be. And embracing a truth of who you are. Saying still, uphold your responsibilities, be kind. But move forward. Move forward in your truth, in your passion, and in your power. And don't let yourself be somebody else's puppet, or a puppet to what they want you to do. It's like, no, this is me. The subconscious. To go deeper into the subconscious, we then have the Eight of Inspiration, the Eight of Wands. Things start changing really quickly. Once you claim your truth, and you look your doubts, your fears, and your anger straight in the eye, and say, no more. No more do you get to rule me. I rule me now. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace our truth, as we connect with our inner child, as we see what is more valuable to us than gold. And we embrace that timeless value and move forward as wealthy as kings and queens. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.